Hey, what is going on, Gemini? This is Chris Anthony coming at you live one more time for the month of December, December 1st through 15th. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Gemini. What's up, Gemini? And like I always say, this is going to be a general reading, so if it does resonate with you, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things that I like. and the things that definitely let me know that you're actually watching and it's resonating with you, because I like the feedback. Other than that, if it doesn't resonate with you, then I'll catch you on the next go round, on the next video. Let's get on with the reading. Gemini, I had a good turnout from y'all last month, or from my last video that I did. I think that was like a partial monthly video, and you guys came out pretty strong, so you're in the run-ins for one of the first videos to go out for December. Looking at your energy, it seems like overall you guys could have some decisions to make about certain things right now when it comes down to your personal life. Also, it could have to do with your work life. Also, I'm seeing some pentacles. I'm definitely seeing some universal energy inside of your spread, so you could have some universal support coming in, or just receiving clarity from the universe. Let's get right into it. So this is going to be your present energies right here. I did do some clarifying cards for your present energies, just to help us out a little bit and dig a little bit deeper into some general surface energies. And then over here I do have your futuristic energies coming along right there for you, Gemini. So starting off, crowning your reading, you have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is representing that energy with you wanting to make a decision about something, like I talked about earlier. This could be you looking out into the future, trying to see what path you're going to take next. The Two of Wands, the person in the picture is looking at the world, which represents, the world being your oyster. You having a lot of options, a lot of things that you could do, but you haven't quite decided on exactly what you want to do yet. The Two of Wands, the guy pretty much knows what decision he wants to make, but he just hasn't acted on it yet. So this could be where you are at. The person in the picture hasn't left their backyard yet. They're looking out in the ocean, thinking about a journey, a path, the direction that they want to go in, but they just haven't left to do it yet. So you could be at the beginning stage of a new direction that you want to embark on, or a new journey that you are embarking on. This could be a turning point for you. When I did clarify that card, I got the Ten of Pentacles. So this could be tied to what you see for yourself in the future with your family, with your household, with what you want to do for work. The Ten of Pentacles just represents to me that vision board that you want for your life. The vision that you have for yourself. What do you see when you think of yourself being happy, being fulfilled, being financially abundant and balanced? Who do you see around you? What type of work do you see yourself doing? What type of environment do you see yourself in? The people, all these different things. So this is probably what you're thinking about. Coming into the month of December, you're thinking about your overall happiness, your overall fulfillment, material well-being, material balance, and stability. And you're making a decision on how you're either going to achieve that or maintain that. Maintain your household and bring balance to your household and well-being to your family. All these different things is what you're thinking about, but you haven't yet made a new direction, or you haven't yet actually put the actions behind what you're thinking of yet. But it's coming soon. You're at the Two of Wands. This is kind of like you thinking of what you're about to do, contemplating. And for all the energies that I've done so far with my readings, a lot of people have been in a mode of contemplation, which makes sense. It's the end of the year. So usually at the end of the year, that's when we recollect a little bit and we think about what we're going to do moving forward into the next year. What plans do we have for the future? What are we going to change? What can we leave out? or what can we leave in 2018, and create differently in 2019. So Gemini, you're doing the same thing as everybody else. You're, thinking about everything that happened this year, and I believe you're choosing a new direction to head in for next year. You're going to do some things differently when it comes down to your household, to the way you make money, to the people that are around you, to the way you view yourself as being happy. You could be making some changes to that because you're thinking about the future, and your outlook on your life could be changing once you actually choose to leave your backyard and embark on this new path. Right below that, though, we have the Six of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So the Six of Cups represents a past life soulmate. This could be a soulmate from the past or just a soulmate that you feel you have a past life connection with. This is a deep soulmate connection that you could have on your mind right now. Also, you could be juggling, between work and home, or between your finances and this soulmate, or just juggling between excuse me, between your well-being and this other person's well-being. Is something happening that could be a need for balance between you and this soulmate. This soulmate could be immature fire energy. A Page of Wands is somebody who is passionate, but is immature. So somebody could be either making you an offer, and it could have to do with a soulmate from the past, or a past life soulmate energy that wants to come in and kind of like make an offer, but it's kind of an immature offer. It's passionate, but it's in the beginning stages. Or if you are already dealing with your soulmate and you're in a relationship with them, then they could just be a fire energy that is kind of immature, and this could be you wanting to find balance in between the soulmate connection. This could be why you're looking out, to the future, thinking about this life with your soulmate, or the relationship that you could already be in with your soulmate, or the relationship that you want, with this person that you feel like you have a past life connection with. And you could be thinking about how you're going to move forward with that, or balance out the energy between you two that you have. Right below that, we have the Five of Pentacles, though. So the Five of Pentacles represents somebody being left out in the cold. So it could be something happening with you and your soulmate to where somebody is feeling left out in the cold. You could be feeling left out in the cold by them. So this could have to do with some type of breakup, a place where you were not able to find balance with your soulmate, or with this this fiery energy, this immature fire sign, or just fire sign in general. And because that balance wasn't able to be found, then you guys both could be feeling left out in the cold. For other people, this could have to do with financial hardship. If you're trying to balance your finances right now, or balance work and home, you could be having a hard time balancing work and home, and it could be having an effect on your finances, where you're kind of going through a temporary dry spell or hard time when it comes down to your finances. After I clarified the Five of Pentacles, though, I came out with the Devil card to clarify, and the Judgment card jumped out also. So these are like two opposite energies. The Devil card represents those addictions that we have that kind of get in our way to be our, highest self, or to achieve our highest good. So the Devil card, especially representing or connected to a soulmate energy that you have, or somebody who is your soulmate, this could be an unhealthy attachment to them. The Devil card represents an unhealthy attachment to somebody that, is just kind of toxic, or you two together could just be toxic to each other. If it's a strong, passionate connection that you have with somebody that you feel is your soulmate, it could have started out healthy, but now it could be in a place to where it's codependent, it's unhealthy, it's unbalanced, and it's toxic. I can't talk, sorry. So if that's what's happening with you and a soulmate, then you could be feeling left out in the cold because maybe you're wanting to separate from that toxic energy, or they could be feeling left out in the cold because you want to separate from that toxic energy that you both have. And because you can't find that balance between you and this soulmate, that's probably why you're feeling left out in the cold, because you're choosing to walk away from it, or they're choosing to walk away from it because you guys are not able to balance this devil energy, or this passionate energy that can turn into an unhealthy attachment, an addiction. That's what could happen sometimes with soulmate relationships, unfortunately, because it's a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of chemistry. But then if you don't find the personal boundaries within that connection, it can a lot of times turn into an unhealthy connection, unhealthy attachment, a codependent relationship that turns into toxicity. It gets toxic because the personal boundaries weren't placed in the beginning. The balance wasn't found in the beginning. And because of that, everything gets distorted. Something that was supposed to be beautiful and balanced and a strong, passionate love energy gets turned upside down and inverted, which is represented by that inverted, star on top of the devil's head. But that's what you could be dealing with right now. You could be dealing with an unhealthy attachment between you and your soulmate. And maybe you're wanting to walk away from it, so that could be having you feeling out in the cold because you're so used to this attachment with his soulmate energy. But right next to that, as another clarifier, we have the Judgment card. So I believe the universe is calling you to kind of leave this place where you're in an unhealthy attachment or you're in a toxic relationship. You're being called to kind of like rise above it, to answer your call from the universe to come into a more spiritual alignment with yourself, with your calling here on earth, with your universal energies that you're connected to. This is just a spiritual card, kind of like offsetting that devil energy that you're dealing with, and could be leaving you feeling out of balance a little bit, or off balance, especially if it has to do with a love relationship that you're in, or somebody that you just feel bound to, connected to, and can't get away from, because that's that energy of the devil. And inside of a relationship, it's kind of hard to pull away from it. But if you are pulling away from it, you could just feel left out in the cold, which is why you have some universal energies coming in at the same time to offer judgment. This is the type of judgment that is not like the Justice card. It's like spiritual judgment. That it's kind of like you being at a place where you have to deal with something. That energy right here, you're kind of like making a decision. It's a crossroads. So this is the crossroads that you have right now. And the next move that you make is going to have a significant mark, or is going to make a significant mark on your life. But you can either go this way. This is kind of like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. If you look at it, you're at a place right now where you could feel vulnerable because you're feeling kind of left out in the cold by this soulmate. And now you're having to make the decision whether you're going to either go back into a toxic relationship that's addictive, that's codependent, that's no good for you, or if you're going to walk away from it and answer the call of the universe to kind of level up. And leveling up for you a lot of times means something greater is coming along. If you look at what you're thinking about is what you really want out of a relationship, which is equal give and take, a balanced relationship that's not toxic. It has stability in it. Things can grow because both parties are happy. One person is not being overworked while the other person is benefiting. That is the total opposite of this, where both you guys are chained up under the devil energy. It's addictive, it's empty, the children are not there. You don't have your house, you're just in hell. Like, and that's not the type of relationship you want to deal with. So if you are being called to kind of like separate from that and leave that energy with that old soulmate, this could be the time for you to do it. Even though you're gonna feel like you're leaving them out in the cold, it's just probably the time to do it is needed, and the universe is kind of like calling you to do that. Along with that, at the bottom of the deck, you had the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely with the Wheel of Fortune card, that is representing that shift that's occurring, the changing of the guards, that revolving door where one person is being let off, and another person is coming back on, or one person is leaving this connection, and then the other person is being left out in the cold or feeling left out in the cold because it's going to be a separation. So it's possible that could be taking place with you guys this month, and it could be maybe a harsh breakup or a cold winter, unfortunately for you guys, if that is happening. But the good thing is that the Judgment card represents a great future, represents a new beginning, a renewal, a resurrection of your true self, your spiritual self. And with this being a major arcana card right there to offset the other major arcana card, this is kind of like the universe bringing in balance. Because the devil energy is not anything easy to deal with. It's major arcana. It deals with those patterns that we have that we've been dealing with all of our life, and we try to overcome, but they kind of continue to bring us back in. But with that Judgment card, it's kind of like the universe is saying, okay, this is about to be the end of this cycle. We're closing it out. The devil energy, you have dealt with enough. You've learned enough lessons from it. Now it's time for you to wake up and level up to the next level and leave all the different things that kind of keep you bound and attached and toxic and, all those negative words. This is the polar opposite of that, though. The Judgment card is just like the polar opposite of the devil card. But it's that internal call that is going on, and the universe has been kind of like pushing you to do for a while. Now it's kind of like they're blowing a trumpet at you, because it started out as a whisper, like, hey, maybe there are some red flags with this relationship. Hey, maybe you want to think about choosing somebody else. Hey, maybe, and you probably didn't hear it or you ignored all those promptings of the universe, and now it's kind of like, since this breakup has happened with somebody, or you being separated from this soulmate, now it's kind of like you hear the trumpet blowing as loud as hell, like, hey, now you need to get on, you need to wake up, you need to do something else, you need to start moving away from this person. Or that's kind of what I'm feeling anyway, Gemini. Let's keep it moving into your future energies. Yeah, you have the Six of Swords, so you're moving away from turbulent waters. You're moving away from something that was emotionally unbalanced, something that kind of had you in your head, had you stuck. You're moving on, just like we were saying in your present energy. So all these cards kind of match and correspond with each other. Six of Swords, moving away to more serene and peaceful waters, a better emotional balance. And so you're going to have some emotional baggage that comes along with this relationship or this soulmate connection that you're going to have to deal with, but at least you're moving towards something better, because the swords are still there, but you're moving, which is a great energy. Right below that, we have the King of Wands, we have the World card, and then we have the Queen of Swords. So the King of Wands, for some reason, it reminds me of this Page of Wands. So maybe if you were dealing with a fire sign, this could be what you wanted from that fire sign, a more mature fire sign, a more mature king instead of a page. And maybe that's what you could be moving towards to in the future, is possible. Or maybe this could have been, the transformation that you were looking for with this person. They had kind of like a page, young, immature energy, but you wanted them to be more mature, more evolved as a person, and to offer you something that was more than what they had to offer. Because, like I was saying before, this was kind of like an offer that was being made by this page of wands. The pages usually come with the offer, but it wasn't an ace of pentacles in the past. Now, in your future energies, this could just be what you wanted in the past from that page of wands. You wanted them to be the king of wands and offering something that was way more stable and matched your energy more. It could have been, you wanted them to match what you were given, which was something like an ace of pentacle. Like, you wanted to spend your life with them. You wanted to offer like everything that you had, but maybe that wasn't coming in from this person. And so you're moving away from any offer, because it looks like maybe this person could be coming back, and maybe now they could come in now saying, okay, now I want to be the king of wands. I want to be somebody that can offer you the ace of pentacles, offer you real commitment, real balance, real stability. But for some reason, I don't know, it seems like you're turning your back on it. I think you're done. For some of you guys, whoever this applies to, that's what it seems like. Right under that, you have the World card. So, after you turn down this offer, which could be coming back around for you, I think you're going to find a level of freedom, because the World card represents that total transformation that has been made. The World card talks about vulnerability. It talks about transparency, and just the completion of a total cycle. This is kind of like the end of the fool's journey. The World card is you being the fool when you started, and you went through all these different channels, all these different initiations, and then you come out on the other side of it looking like this, totally transformed. So that's what I'm seeing that could be going on with you after you walk away from this situation, or you walk away from those turbulent times and waters. You kind of reject this offer that's coming in. You could find another sense of freedom and another spiritual transformation that takes place, because this is the call for you to separate from all this type of energy. And if you answer the call, what could be coming for you is that world energy, where you have that transformation. You throw off all those swords, that emotional baggage, all the different things that was holding you down, all the attachments that you had. That devil energy, that toxic energy. Once you move away from it, which is coming in strongly from the universe for you to do, which means they're giving you strength to move away from it. Once that happens, then you're going to have some type of transformation, that this inner transformation being shown in your outer world, because the World card is where you have such a transformation that everybody around you sees it, and they're like, wow, like I see that it's a change about you. You look like you're lighter. You look like you're glowing. You look like you don't have as much burdens on you anymore. And I think that's what you're wanting to do in the month of December, is drop some of the burdens, especially going into 2019. You want to take on this type of world energy where you're transformed because you let go of some of the burdens that you were holding on to. You detached from some of the attachments that you had, And unfortunately, if this has to do with a breakup or a soulmate relationship, is probably not going to be the easiest transformation to be made, but it's needed, definitely, because now you're in a place where you can do what you're made to do. The world energy is you being able to do what you can do without being tied down to that devil energy. After you set yourself free and no longer are a slave to those, those attachments, then now you can do what you're called to do. And so, yeah, Gemini, I think you're being called to level up, but you have to drop off some things and move away from some people in order to level up. Right below that, you have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords energy is could be the energy you're taking on after you have that transformation. And the Queen of Swords just has been through a lot of things, and she learned a lot. Mostly, she has learned how to communicate more directly, how to set boundaries like they're supposed to be set. She balances out the people that she allows in her life and the people that she needs to cut out with that sword. So in one hand, she's kind of like, you can come in. In the other hand, she's like, but you need to stay out. So this is you learning the lesson of that Four of Pentacles. Holding back when you need to hold back. Not allowing the people into your life that mean you no good, so that you can take on this world energy. Like, you want to be free. Like, you want to be creative. You want to build that stable life for yourself. You want to embark on new paths, take on new journeys. But in order to do that, you have to cut some things out. You have to keep some people out of your life that mean you no good, and you have to, close up shop when it's needed. The Four of Pentacles represents, and it was the clarification of the Queen of Swords, but it represents you just kind of like not being as open as maybe you once were in the past, which will happen whenever you go through all this. Like with a person that you love. Anyways, Gemini, those are kind of like some heavy energies, man. But I think at the end it's going to be good. Sorry if my energy seems kind of low, Gemini. I'm just real chill right now. Maybe because it's very late at night, so I'm burning the midnight oil for you guys. But I think either way with this message, even if it's high energy or low energy, it's all about what's being said. And the major thing to take from here is that you're having some type of transformation with this world energy coming in once you choose to move away from an unhealthy attachment, an unhealthy relationship with this soulmate, the Six of Cups soulmate, past life energy. Somebody's feeling left out in the cold. You're probably feeling left out in the cold for a while right now, but it's going to all come to an end once the journey is made away from the bullshit, pretty much. And you take on a level of power after that, after you have this transformation. So definitely coming into the end of December or the beginning of January, you're going to have an empowered stance that you're going to be taking on, Gemini. This is kind of like you sitting on your throne. Because the Queen of Swords is an air energy, and you guys being an air sign, this is you in the mode of power, where you're just not taking any bullshit anymore, which makes sense. Because now you want to move forward and get some things done for yourself. You want to take on the world, and the things that stop you from doing that, you're not playing around with it anymore. So this is kind of like 100% no bullshit. That's what you're going forth with in the future. So Gemini, this is your reading for December 1st through 15th, general reading. Once again, I apologize for being so calm and laid back, and also sorry if this wasn't what you wanted to hear, but I hope it helped somebody and it brought you some clarity. If it does bring clarity to you, do me a favor. Like I always say, like, subscribe, comment. And what's the other one that I usually say? There's another one that you can do. Share if you want to. Yeah. Just to show me that you're watching the channel and you resonated with the message. That's it for me. I will be back by the middle of December to do another reading for you guys. And yeah, later. Happy holidays.